became very clear what the number one goal of the Republicans is: to give their billionaire buddies a tax break and have it be on your back.
And just as we see more incidents around the country, President Trump has fired hundreds of FAA workers, including air safety personnel.
It's incredibly irresponsible for Chuck Schumer to say such a thing when the investigation is still underway.
In the whole vast world of frauds, there's a whole separate category of frauds known as politicians. And among that category of frauds known as politicians, there's another category of even more fraudulent politicians called Democrats. And of those fraudulent Democrats, there is Chuck Schumer, a lifelong faker, a lifelong guy who pretended to care about anything. I don't think he cares about anything but staying in power. Let's watch this goblin vampire, this creature, this guy who he's doing it all for you. That's what I hate. Why can't they just come out and just go, look, I'm a jerk and I'm doing it for me. I just want all this money and power for me. If he just said that, I'd go, bro, I kind of respect you for telling the truth. Welcome to the Doug TenNapel channel. Let's watch Chuck Schumer.
Today began the long budget process, and it became very clear what the number one goal of the Republicans is: to give their billionaire buddies a tax break and have it be on your back.
There you go. That was easy. Billionaire tax break, have it be on your back. That's all we want. I'm a Republican. That's all we ever wanted. Chuck Schumer, unlike the Democrats, we only want to give our billionaire buddies a tax break. You know what? I don't want to give my billionaire buddies a tax break. I want my billionaire buddies, I want to take all their money and redistribute it among my friends. Oh, that's what Democrats do. So literally, no one is doing what Chuck is saying the Republicans are doing.
We Senate Democrats are going to expose them.
Oh, you're going to expose what they're hiding. Finally, we have a watchman on the watchtower. Finally, someone's on the watchtower keeping watch. And you know who it is? It's the Democrat Party. The people who've been in office for 4 years. The people who opened up the borders are going to keep an eye on the borders. The people who raise taxes are going to keep an eye on taxes. The people who spent all their fraud money on U.S. aid, they're going to keep an eye on U.S. aid. Thank you, Chuck Schumer. Let's go.
We're going to lift up the curtain and show that everything else they curtain. We're going to lift up the curtain.
Lift up the curtain. I thought for a second there he said we're going to lift up our dress because it's Chuck Schumer wearing a tutu. That's a scary looking gesture, that lift up the curtain thing. Ooh.
Democrats are going to expose them. We're going to lift up the curtain.
Oh.
And show that everything else they do is to help hide the fact that their billionaire buddies are going to get a tax break under their proposal.
Oh, yeah, the billionaire buddies. You know, Chuck Schumer, I don't think you have any billionaire buddies, right? I'll bet you don't have any. I'll bet you don't sit right next to Nancy Pelosi, who has scored more off the stock market by making convenient stock trades from insider trading.
Why does Donald Trump talk about the Gulf of America and putting hotels in Gaza?
I'll tell you why he talks about the Gulf of America: because he's nuts. I'll tell you why: because he's crazy. And that does not bother me. Him talking about the Gulf of America. Why did you change the name of national monuments in Fort Bragg? And now you're upset that Trump is changing the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America, when it really was the Gulf of America.
Annexing Canada.
Well, yeah, we should annex Canada just on principle.
Wants to hide the fact from you that their main goal, what they're really pursuing on the floor of the Senate, is giving their billionaire buddies a tax break.
Oh, yeah. When do our billionaire buddies get their tax break anyways?
Is that crazy? Is that ridiculous? These people are very rich. The veteran who needs health care isn't very rich.
How many veterans do you know, Schumer, who served? How many of your buddies up there who are creating all these wars, sending them off to war?
The elderly person who's in a nursing home.
Oh boy, the elderly person in the nursing home. All I see is Mitch McConnell, 8,000 years old, falling down all over the place, stabbing Trump in the back.
Isn't very rich.
Yeah, my parents aren't very rich either. My mom, who you guys want to raise taxes on, and you screwed up the medical profession too, so that no one in their right mind wants to be a doctor or a nurse under you guys.
These billionaire buddies are rich already, and yet all they want to do is give them another tax break. Yeah. Shame, shame, shame.
Oh, shame on them. You get them, Chuck Schumer. You're telling the truth. This guy seems like a truth teller.
we're going to fight it tooth and nail.
Chuck Schumer. It's official. Democratic leader. We're in good hands. Let's go to the next video here. Look, this is Scott Jennings on the Jasmine Crockett, Chuck Schumer AOC axis of public relations is working out great. LMAO. Look at these Dem numbers. He's checking out interactive polls, Quinnipiac poll. 22% of voters approve of the way Democrats in Congress are handling their job, which is at an all-time low. So Chuck Schumer, while you complain about Trump helping his billionaire friends, your ratings are at an all-time low. Here's Democrat Congress. Disapprove 68%, approve 22%. You can't be any worse than that, Chuck Schumer. I'm sure you'll try. I'm sure you probably will set a new low record because once again, this is your
Just
rhetoric.
weeks
Here we go.
after FAA. The more Donald Trump and Doge indiscriminately hack away at public agencies, the greater harm to Americans' well-being and even their safety. The FAA is a good example. Just weeks after the deadliest plane crash in a long time, and just as we see more incidents around the country, President Trump has fired hundreds of FAA workers, including air safety personnel.
None of them that actually work for a living were cut, by the way. It was all administration, grift, graft, and all of what was wrong with the FAA from hiring DEI was already there in place.
Firing people whose very job it is to keep air travel safe is nothing short of reckless. Now, the White House accused us of linking the crash of the Minneapolis flight directly with FAA cuts in staffing. Nothing could be further from the truth. I simply said that when there are fewer FAA personnel, the skies are less safe. Does Donald Trump deny that there are fewer FAA staffers? Does Donald Trump deny that when he fires FAA workers, including workers who focus on safety, it makes travel less safe? Of course, Donald Trump is obfuscating once again.
Wait, obfuscating. In the staff, did you hire people based on their merit, based on their ability, or did you hire them based on what's in their pants or skirt?
He doesn't want the truth to come out.
And when I say what's in their skirt, I mean you hired men with junk underneath their skirt.
But he should correct course immediately and halt these firings, because the safety of the skies is at risk. Now, of course, we know that President Trump ignores the truth, but we need to speak the truth when people's safety is at stake. Here are the facts.
Anytime they say here are the facts, these will not be facts.
Something went terribly wrong on the flight that took off from Minneapolis.
Yeah, they had a DEI hiring policy all up and down the chain of command, giving people raises and promotions that didn't earn them.
That's clear. An investigation is underway, and as I said yesterday, I await their results.
Investigated by who? That's all I want to know. Who? Which party? Which grift are they getting? The investigators. Are these the FBI investigators that went and looked at banged down pro-lifers' doors with holding families at gunpoint? Those investigators, Chuck?
Similarly, something went terribly wrong a few weeks ago on the flight from Kansas to Washington, D.C. that claimed 67 people's lives. And here are more facts. Donald Trump and Elon Musk have fired hundreds of FAA staffers.
That's called a real good start. I'm frankly let down by them that they didn't fire more. I'm kind of upset that that Trump and Doge are holding out and haven't fired even more.
Including safety specialists, the very people who keep our skies safe. Also, Republicans can help their billionaire buddies with another tax break. Why? Why at a time when incidents in the air and on the runways and in our airports seem to be increasing, why would we cut the very people meant to prevent them?
I'll tell you why. Trump wants the skies more dangerous, even though he flies more than anyone I know. He literally wants them more dangerous to help his billionaire buddies. He wants the skies to be more dangerous. He has a higher chance of dying in a plane wreck than any of us. Same with Elon Musk shooting stuff into space all the time. They want the skies more dangerous, Chuck, to help their billionaire buddies. That was easy. That doesn't make any sense, you moron. Nice powder blue tie, by the way. The 70s want their powder blue polyester tie back, Chuck.
Simple. Donald Trump and Doge are doing it like they're doing so much else, so they can help their billionaire buddies with another tax break.
Yeah, to the billionaire buddies out there. Hey, when do I get some of your grift, billionaire buddies? That's what I'm waiting for. When do I get my fair share? That's all. Okay, next up we have, this is the final Chuck clip we're going to do. I got this one from Behizzy. Look at this. He posted a Caroline Leavitt clip on Chuck Schumer making that last comment.
We don't know if it was a failure of equipment or if it was weather, if it was pilot error, if it was something else. And yet you get the minority leader in the Senate immediately pointing fingers at the president. Your response?
It's incredibly irresponsible for Chuck Schumer to say such a thing when the investigation is still underway. And as you rightfully pointed out, John, this crash unfortunately took place in Canadian airspace with Canadian air traffic controllers overseeing it. And the facts about the FAA are that no air traffic controllers have been let go by Secretary Duffy or this new administration. In fact, Secretary Duffy has put great emphasis on hiring the best and the brightest air traffic controllers who want to be part of the FAA, and President Trump signed a very strong executive order to ensure that the FAA and all federal government agencies are focused on merit and skill-based hiring. We want the best and the brightest, the most competent individuals in positions, especially of public safety at the FAA, the Department of Transportation, and all departments across this federal government so we can best serve the American people. So while Secretary Buttigieg and the Biden administration sat on their hands when it came to aviation safety for 4 years, this administration is taking it seriously and is actively recruiting the best and the brightest to join this very important field.
So wait a minute, Chuck, are you telling me Chuck Schumer just lied to all of us? Now, he goes into the motive of why would Trump and Doge do all these cuts and their theory was that the cuts were made to help their billionaire friends. So now I have a theory. Why would Chuck Schumer lie about the cuts made in aviation that Caroline Leavitt just straightened out? Is it to protect his billionaire friends and the grift that he's getting from all of us taxpayers? I'm Doug in exile.